The sun hung like a gilded coin over the Baltimore skyline, casting long, elegant shadows as Vanessa Michaels stepped out of her black Lincoln town car. The city air hummed with the promise of a humid summer, but her tailored navy blue suit was immaculate, a testament to a woman who left nothing to chance. At 35, she was a titan of industry, the founder and CEO of Michaels Holdings, a real estate empire that had been built from the ground up, brick by defiant brick. Today was meant to be a moment of quiet victory, a well-deserved retreat at the city's most exclusive sanctuary, the Avalon Hotel. She had fought her way to the top, navigating a world that often saw her not for her brilliance, but for the color of her skin. The countless closed doors, the dismissive handshakes, the patronizing smiles, each was a lesson learned, a fire that forged her resolve. Today, however, that familiar weight in her chest was a whisper, not a roar. She glanced back at her assistant, Bethany, a loyal fixture of her professional life for over a decade. "You confirmed the reservation, right?" Vanessa's voice was calm, but a sliver of the old doubt crept into her tone. Bethany, with her perpetually reassuring smile, adjusted the strap of a designer duffel bag. "Triple-checked. You're their VIP guest for the week. Presidential suite, complimentary spa access, the works." "It's perfect." Vanessa returned her smile, a silent acknowledgement of their shared journey. She took a deep breath, the marble steps of the Avalon's grand entrance cool, unpromising beneath her heels. The lobby was a masterpiece of old-world opulence. Crystal chandeliers dripped from the vaulted ceiling, and the scent of fresh-cut lilac mingled with expensive leather. But as they approached the front desk, the serene atmosphere curdled. The young receptionist, a woman with perfectly coiffed blonde hair and a meticulously painted smile, seemed to lose her composure for a fleeting moment. "Good afternoon," the receptionist said, her eyes flicking to Vanessa's suit and then quickly away. "How can I help you?" Bethany stepped forward. "We have a reservation under Vanessa Michaels." The receptionist's fingers hovered over the keyboard. A tense silence stretched as she typed, her forced smile tightening into a thin line. After a few agonizing moments, her expression shifted to one of strained apology. "I'm so sorry, but I'm not seeing a reservation under that name." Vanessa's stomach clenched. She had been in this moment before, in 1,000 different forms. The carefully constructed wall of professionalism she carried with her trembled, but she refused to let it fall. Bethany's jaw tightened. "That's impossible. It was confirmed weeks ago. Can you check again, please?" The receptionist, clearly flustered, picked up the phone. Moments later, a man in a sharp grey suit emerged from a back office. His name tag read, "Robert Stevens, General Manager." "I understand there's an issue with your reservation," he said, his voice a smooth, practiced melody that failed to conceal a condescending edge. Vanessa met his gaze. "A misunderstanding, I believe. We have a confirmed reservation." "I'm afraid there has indeed been a misunderstanding," Robert said, his polite facade cracking just enough to reveal the cold dismissal underneath. "Our suites are fully booked. We won't be able to accommodate you." Bethany looked ready to launch a verbal assault, but Vanessa placed a firm hand on her arm. She wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of a scene. "I see," Vanessa said, her voice a calm whisper of steel. "Thank you for your time, Mr. Stevens." Without another word, she turned and walked out, her head held high. On the sidewalk, Bethany's face was flushed with fury. "Vanessa, this is insane. We should call the press, get a lawyer. They can't do this to you." Vanessa took a deep breath of the city air. "I know, Bethany, but I won't fight them on their terms. This isn't a battle for a reservation, it's a battle for respect. And I have a different plan for the Avalon." Her lips curved into a small, determined smile. "It's time to find a new hotel, and then we go to war." That evening, from the quiet luxury of a competing hotel, Vanessa sat at her laptop. She wasn't angry anymore, she was analytical. Robert Stevens' dismissive gaze and the receptionist's averted eyes had been a challenge, and Vanessa was a master of turning challenges into opportunities. She had a vast network of connections, and within a week, the whispers she had been hearing about the Avalon became undeniable facts. The hotel's grand facade was a cover for a foundation of financial instability. Its ownership group was bleeding money, desperate to sell, but terrified of tarnishing its elite image. They were the perfect target for a hostile takeover. Vanessa worked through her lawyers and a trusted team of financial analysts, orchestrating a silent acquisition. The deal was moved swiftly and efficiently, shrouded in confidentiality agreements and corporate shell companies. Within a month, she had quietly secured a controlling stake in the Avalon Hotel. No one knew she was the new owner. It was the ultimate move in a game she had been playing her entire life. This wasn't about vindication, it was about laying a trap. A few days later, on a crisp autumn morning, Vanessa returned to the Avalon. She walked through the revolving door and saw the same receptionist behind the front desk, her expression instantly paling with recognition. "I'm not here for a reservation today," Vanessa said, her voice smooth and even. "I'm here as the new owner." The receptionist's face went white. She stammered a few syllables, but no coherent words came out. Vanessa didn't wait for a response. She had a meeting to attend. Robert Stevens, the general manager, stood in a plush boardroom, his posture as impeccable as ever. His polite smile vanished as Vanessa entered. He was the first to realize the full extent of his mistake. "There will be changes," Vanessa stated, her voice calm but resonating with authority. "The Avalon will no longer be a place that discriminates based on a person's appearance, background, or anything else. We will be welcoming to all guests, no exceptions." Robert, his face a mask of shock, attempted to defend his position. "But our standards, ma'am," Vanessa cut him off. "Exclusivity is not the same as discrimination, Robert, and if you cannot comprehend that distinction, I suggest you find work elsewhere." From that moment on, Vanessa's vision for the Avalon was etched in stone. She hired a new management team, a diverse group of talented individuals who shared her values. She implemented mandatory diversity and inclusion training for all staff, from the front desk to the kitchen. The changes were swift, radical, and unwavering, would spread quickly. The hotel's old, exclusive clientele scarfed and left, but a new wave of guests, diverse, vibrant, and appreciative, filled the rooms. The Avalon's reputation transformed from a symbol of elitism to a beacon of progress. One evening, as she stood by her office window, gazing out at the city she had conquered, Bethany entered, holding a tablet. "Look at this," she said, her voice full of pride. The headline read, "Billionaire Vanessa Michaels transforms Avalon Hotel into a symbol of inclusion." Bethany grinned. "You did it." "No," Vanessa corrected, a powerful sense of purpose swelling in her chest. "We did it." This was just the beginning. The Avalon was a message, a symbol, a first step. Vanessa had bigger plans to reshape the entire hospitality industry, to ensure that no one, anywhere, would ever be denied the respect they deserved. She had built an empire on resilience and hard work. Now, she was using that same strength to build something even more powerful, a legacy that would outlive her, a future where everyone had a seat at the table.